Okay, let's take this up. Convey a user interface organized into a coherent conceptual framework and highly accessible by Convey's strong writing. Convey focused on timeless principles, not mere techniques or monetary fads. Convey wrote primarily about building character, not about achieving success, and thereby help people become not just more effective individuals, but better leaders. Convey himself was a level 5 teacher, humble about his own shortcomings, yet determined to share widely that he'd learned. Stephen Covey was a master synthesizer. I think of what he did for personal effectiveness, and analogous to what the graphical user interface did for personal computers. Prior to Apple and Microsoft, few people could harness computers for their daily lives. There was no easily accessible user interface. There was no mouse pointers or friendly icons overlapping windows on screen, let alone touchscreen. But with the Macintosh and then the Windows, the mass of people could finally tap into the power of the microchip behind the screen. Similarly, there had been hundreds of years of accumulated wisdom about personal effectiveness, from Benjamin Franklin to Peter Drucker, but was never assembled into one coherent, user-friendly framework. Covey had created a standard operating system for Windows for personal effectiveness, and he made it easy to use. He proved to be a very fine writer, a master of short stories and conceptual wordplay. I'll never forget the story in Chapter 1 about the man on the subway who could not control the lighthouse for the wrong jungle of analogy of the golden eggs. Some of his conceptual wrapping paper worked exceptionally well, being both descriptive of the concept and being at the same time prescriptive in its application, win-win or no deal. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first. He made the ideas even more accessible by using personal life struggles and stories, raising children, building a marriage, dealing with friends, to teach the habits and build muscle fiber for living them. The ideas embedded in the framework are timeless. They are principles, and this is why they work. They speak to people in the small age groups and around the globe. In a word of change, disruption, chaos, and relentlessness, certainly people crave under anchor point a set of constructs to give them guidance and face of the turbulence. Covey believed that all these timeless principles do indeed exist, and that the search for them is not folly but wisdom. He rejected the view of those who shout from the rooftops, "There is nothing sacred about, nothing enduring, nothing durable to build upon in an ever-changing landscape. Everything is new, nothing from the past applies." My own research quest has focused on the question, what makes a good company tick? Why do some companies make the leap from good to great while others don't? Why do some become built to last while others fall? And why do some thrive in chaos? One of our key understandings is the idea to preserve the core, stimulate progress. No enterprise can become or remain truly great without a core set of principles to preserve and build upon. To serve as an anchor, to provide guidance in the face of ever-changing world. At some time, a company must remain great without stimulating progress. Change, renewal, improvement, and the pursuit of BHAG's Big Harry Acca's goals. And when you blend the two together, preserve the core and stimulate progress, you get a magical dialect that keeps the company or organization vibrant. Over time, Covey found a similar pattern in personal effectiveness. Build a fast upon a strong core of principles that are not open for continuous change. At the same time, be relentless in the quest for improvement and continuous self-renewal. This dialect enables an individual to retain rock-solid foundation and it attains sustained growth over a lifetime. But I think for the most important aspect of the Seven Habits, what makes it not just practical but profound, as it emphasizes on building character rather than attaining success. There is no effectiveness without discipline, and there is no discipline without character. While writing his foreword in the midst of finishing a 2-year journey as a class of 1951 chair of the study of leadership at the United States Military Academy at West Point, I've come to personal belief that it is a key ingredient of the West Point recipe is the idea that great leadership begins with character. And the leadership is primarily a function of who you are. For this foundation of everything you do, how you build leaders, you first build character. And that's why I see the Seven Habits not just as a personal effectiveness, but as a leadership development.